Hello everybody, and welcome to our first inaugural KSC Rocket League Esports stream today. Today we have our first game of KSC Academy playing against Radford University as one of our first games of the season. We were supposed to have a scheduled varsity game today. Unfortunately, our opponents, DePaul, did forfeit, so still a good start to the season though, starting 1-0, but we will have all the players loading into the game shortly as we get this game started for you here. Best of 5 tonight, nothing too long. We're really supposed to start at 8:30, but we had a couple technical difficulties. Some of the players in the lobby, so hopefully we can get this game started up for all those watching tonight. Like I said, first game of the season for the teams, starting out trying to get used to their lineups as we have switched around a couple of players on on both teams. We no longer actually have 2 academy teams, just have 1 academy team this season, 1 varsity team. They will be starting a couple of the players that were on originally the KSC Varsity Red team. We combined those 2 teams, and now we'll be starting a couple of the players that you might recognize from last season in K Corona, Extreme Dreams, and one of our players, Go. As we get into the first game here, loading up from kickoff. Julio on the kickoff. Lose it to the corner, but K Corona there to collect. K Corona soft first touch. Lucio far off the wall as Dreams gets a good clear into the KSC corner. Josh now on the ball, trying to find a pass mid, but can't get a touch. K Corona tries to clear, but is blocked away by the Radford University player. Lucio going for the double touch, does get blocked out. Julio low on boost. Josh now trying to go for a shot, but does miss. K Corona, good clear there. Wave past the center. It is demoed by Dreams. Julio now trying to get a touch center. And is met by Josh in the midfield, past to Ninja Mike, who is blocked out by K Corona. See now, Julio into the midfield, he gets blocked out by Silu. So start calling these players by their right names. Josh tries to get a pass off the backboard, is not there. Ninja does follow up though, and a good clear from Julio to get out into KSC midfield. K Corona now, another touch, but is cut off. And a quick shot there, almost from another Radford University player, but is saved. And Ninja almost tries to get the follow up off the backboard, but Dreams now into the corner. Takes away touch from Julio, gets a nice clear by K Corona. 0 boost still for the KSC squad. Really struggling to keep their boost count high as they try to get another clear off their own backboard. And it's found by K Corona, met the midfield by Josh. K Corona now does get another follow up off Ninja, but does get bumped. Julio now in the 1v1 against Ninja Mike, and does get a great save off the corner. Has no boost to the follow up with his own touches. K Corona has to come in and pitch it off the sidewall. Julio now still a little boost, touch off the backboard needed, and a great clear. Sent to the Radford University corner again by Extreme Green. Does get a touch mid. No KSC student or KSC player there to finish his pass. See now, Josh to the corner, Ninja Mike passes out to Dreams, who just gets cleared into their corner. Josh now just waiting, see if he can find one of his teammates downfield. Just get a touch over Joe. And K Corona with a great clear and a great 50 follow up by Dreams. Does make it awkward for the Radford University players, and K Corona unfortunately does miss that touch up their backboard. Julio now forced to make a save into his own corner and followed up by K Corona, and he can't get a touch. And Ninja Mike will score, putting Radford up 1-0 here in this game number 1. An unfortunate turn on the corner there from K Corona, and then caught out by Joe. As we go into the second kickoff here, just over half the game to go. Plenty of time here for KSC to get a comeback started. Extreme Dreams now beats Radford University out the corner, and K Corona tries to go for a shot, but is blocked. Joe tries to get the bump and is saved away by Ninja Mike. K Corona now into the center again, trying to find another KSC player, but is blocked away. Dreams now into his own corner. blocked away by Joe, and does get a touch out to his own corner. Great touch there to See the ball out of danger here for KSC. Now off the backboard again. Joe with another great block. Tries to get a follow-up, but has no boost. He has to watch for the shot here. Joe with another great save. Really putting in some hard work on defense here. Beats one of the Radford University players. Now Ninja Mike forced to make a touch, but it's bumped off the ball. And SKSC rushed back, trying to find some boost. Dreams now with a good 50 and a good demo as he tries to get a shot on and is saved off the crossbar. +1 there for Radford as they get a touch, but Joe now lining up the double tap, slams it in. A great shot there by Julio. And a great double tap showing off those mechanics for KSC, tying the game up 1-1 here with just over 90 seconds to go. Great control there off of his first touch. KSC starting to gain some momentum here in the final moments of this game as Joe gets the demo off kickoff. Ninja Mike now has a touch off the sidewall. Can't make anything of it. K Chrono's going to be up to meet him. A slow boost, tries to get a 50, which he does so into the Radford corner. And a huge pinch coming out from Ninja Mike in his own corner. Joe tries now, gets a touch over Ninja Mike and didn't get around another second player, but K Chrono now trying to take it out of his own corner still. Joe with low boost on the goal line, can't make a touch, and Extreme Reunions has to bail him out. And a great 50 coming out from one of the KSC defenders. Josh now holding onto the ball as he try to take this all the way as Ninja Mike gonna get beat by Extreme Dreams on the sidewall, looking for a pass mid. K Chrono is there and is pinched to the other side. Good demo on to Ninja Mike as Joe gets to beat off the sidewall, and fortunately no KSC attacker there to finish the play, but Dreams now with a good 50 into the Radford corner. Demoed out is K Chrono by Silu, and a good 50 there by Joe as Ninja Mike will collect and try to boom to one of his teammates downfield. Another good backfield demo by Joe, and a great 50 there off the backboard by Extreme Dreams. K Chrono trying to collect and get a touch. Another good 50 by the KSC defense as Joe now takes the shot off the backboard and it gets a huge clear downfield, possibly over one of the Radford defenders, but is controlled by Silu as he tries to get another touch. Joe now. Good block onto Extreme Dreams, who tries to pop a quick shot off, but is blocked out by one of the defenders and is pinched into the KSC corner with 5 seconds to go. It's mitted, but no Radford attacker is there. Dreams gonna try to keep it up, but we are gonna go into overtime for his first game. See on the kickoff now is K Chrono against Mike, which is beat out defensively, and Joe could have just caught out the defense. It is saved away by Josh though. A great reflex save there from Radford as K Chrono tries to get a good 50 on the goal line and does so. Into the corner still. Ninja Mike gets a 50 out. Let's see. Both Radford defenders leave it as Joe takes a quick shot on goal and tries to center it for Extreme Dreams as he gets blocked out. Quick 50 though, shot quick here for K Chrono and scores for Keene State. A great setup play here from Joe and a great 50 there by Dreams in the middle to set this quick shot up here for K Chrono as KSD go 1-up in the series. Great team play there, a lot of back and forth obviously from both teams. Struggling a little bit with boost control, but is going in the way of Keene State here in this first game, and great game defensively there from, I believe that was Julio, coming out with 4 saves, making a big difference here in this game 1 for Keene State. And I have a feeling we'll need to see some more of that here in the second game as we get into game number 2. Keene State now trying to take this momentum into game number 2 as we got Dreams on the kickoff. Quick follow-up there by Julio. And K Chrono now trying to meet up Silu in the sidewall, but it is beat out. Joe onto the sidewall. Rough first touch, and Dreams has to readjust. And unfortunately, Josh tripping there to finish off the defensive mishap here from Keene State as Dreams, I believe, was trying to readjust after that touch from Julio. Fortunate situation, but still plenty of time left on the clock. Only 11 seconds into this game number 2. As a good demo comes out from Ninja Mike as K Chrono tries to get a shot off, but it's saved away. Quick save there. Julio as Silu takes control in the midfield, goes to a flip reset, trying to keep momentum going. Now off the corner is Josh, and another good demo here. K Chrono now unfortunately could not get the 50 on Ninja Mike as he does put in the second goal here for Radford. And a close 50 there, just slots it into the bottom left-hand corner of the KSC net. Let's see if Keene State can get anything going here. More goals here scored for Bradford than in game one, so definitely relying on their offense more. Soft touch here for Dreams as he tries to work it around some more Radford defenders. And Corona up quick, good to beat the defender of Bradford as Dreams tries to center it, and Joe goes for a quick shot here. Soft save though from Silu, and is followed up by Dreams and assisted by Julio here as Keene State cut the lead down to half with 1 goal. A lot of offense here in this first minute. Could have run up the score, but Keene State looking tied up here in this following attack as Corona now loses the kickoff to Silu, who goes off the ceiling and does get blocked out by Dreams. Now Ninja Mike on the ball, gets a soft touch. Julio there to support though, does cut him off in the midfield. Now going to a touch from Silu into his own corner, and Julio trying to block it up. All KSC players in the corner as Dreams goes for a quick shot, and Silu's going to have to get back here if he has any chance of saving it, and he does not. Unfortunately, all of the KSC attackers caught out in that corner as Ryan's shot blocked away by Josh. Just goes sailing down the whole field into the KSC net. 3:45 left on the clock. Dreams off of kickoff. Great follow here by Corona off of the Bradford sidewall, and it's cleared away by Josh. Josh now. Julio has to take control as he goes on the sidewall. Looks for another touch. And Ninja Mike does clear into his sidewall. Dreams trying to get something going here off of his own corner. Corona looking for the beat, and Julio getting another good 50 there as Corona gets full boost, and this beat one of the Radford defenders as Dreams tries to go for a big dunk but is blocked out again. Julio has to now make a goal line save. And does get full boost, trying to follow up this touch here. Both two players up as Dreams goes for a quick shot and is saved off the backboard by Silu. Quick follow-up though, cannot find as he tries to go for a midfield pass across to Julio, but does not make contact. Josh now off the sidewall. Corona, good beat in the Bradford half as two defenders collide as Julio tries to find a mid pass but is blocked out again. Ninja Mike now up for the follow off the backboard, and a good 50 there by Dreams to keep the ball out of harm's way. Corona spots Julio in the middle, tries for a quick shot but it's off the sidewall. Now follow from Dreams is off. One of the Radford defenders getting demoed and it's cleared away. Dreams now onto the sidewall, caught by Silu as Julio gets another good defensive demo on Josh, and Radford coming out with some demos of their own from Mike getting beat. Dreams now up for the shot and is mispassed by Julio. Great opportunity there, just trying to capitalize on some of the chances that they have. Julio now gets demoed up by Silu as Dreams has to get a good 50 into the corner, which he does. A good follow-up for Corona if he can get a touch. Two players now off on the sidewall looking for a third, but doesn't get anywhere past the midfield as Ninja Mike tries. He goes for a shot now, but it's blocked out by Julio. And Silu gonna grab this mid boost here and gonna go up, but it's beat by Corona on the sidewall. Trying to force some pressure here as Corona tries to get a touch midfield, but it's beat. Silu now going for a shot, and he's blocked out by Josh. And Silu going to capitalize on the missed shot opportunity here from Julio. A good pre-jump block there and is kicked out right to him from Josh after his block. And KSC struggling to find any offensive success here in this game number 2 with just over 90 seconds to go. Corona on the kickoff is beat by Josh, but Dreams is going to have control in the corner now off the ceiling. Tries to get a touch. Beat down as Joe tries to get a follow-up touch but is missed. A lot of defensive mishaps here for Keene State as they're going to try to get a shot off here for Dreams, who is beat out by Silu. Julio now trying to bang it upfield to Dreams on the backboard, which he spotted but is beat out. Now Silu trying to get a soft follow as Corona backflips, trying to get some offensive pressure going here for Keene State, and Ninja Mike beating out another KSC defender as he tries to get a follow-up touch, but thankfully no one there in the midfield for him. Dreams is going to get a good demo as Corona tries to get it over Josh, tripping in the middle. Mike now on the ball. Great block there onto Julio, which Makes it awkward for the KSC defense, as Mike gonna try to find a soft touch in mid from one of his teammates. Both attackers up here for Radford, as Keene State going low on boost is pushed out into the corner. Dreams now gonna beat out, and Ninja Mike will make it 5-1 here in this game number 2. A lot of low boost plays, unfortunately, coming out for Keene State, as it seems to be stuck in their half with a lot of boost stealing going on from Radford, trying to starve out the KSC defense. And does seem to be working, so it looks like they have made an adjustment here from game number 1, as K Corona takes the ball, fakes low, and gets a touch across from Ninja Mike. Dreams now onto his own sidewall, and is read by Ninja Mike again into his own corner here, as K Corona tries to collect off the sidewall and tries to find a pass mid, but it is blocked out by Silu. He's going to take a touch high, goes for an air drill by himself, fakes a flip reset. Julio going to cut that out pretty quickly, as Dreams tries to get a touch away from his corner and collects the full boost here, pops it down mid for K Corona, who gets past half field, and Silu going to pop it up here in the Bradford corner here to kill game number 2. As the series goes 1-1, a lot of, like I said, back and forth here from both teams. Obviously, Josh and Ninja Mike putting in majority of the goals here for Bradford, but Keene State looking to make some adjustments going into game number 3, as a lot of boost starving and a lot of defensive misplays were I believe part of the problem here in game number 2. It's just hard for them to break out of their own half, especially when they have no boost or being boost starved by this Bradford team. And they're doing a good job of keeping control of the ball. And as we get into game number 3 here, Keene State looking to make their own adjustment into the series, starting to create a momentum, as we have Silu and Dreams and Mike on the kickoff. Josh now gets a good touch into his own corner. Is not followed up though. Silu had to take a quick shot, but is blocked away by Julio. Make another good block here by Julio into the Bradford corner. As tries to get a touch mid and does so, and is blocked away by Silu. Good touch off mid as Dreams has to go for the corner read, and does so with a good 50, as Mike gets a soft touch in midfield as back kick Corona, but Julio now gets a good touch. Tries to flick it over to the next defender, but is beat out. Ninja Mike now onto his own sidewall, as K Corona tries to get a follow-up touch, and Dreams gets a good beat on the Bradford defender. Does Ninja Mike takes it off his own backboard, tries to pinch it around Julio. Does get a soft touch, but Dreams now clears it onto his own sidewall with Josh pre-jumping, but does miss the pre-jump. K Corona now getting that boost, important to keep the momentum going, as he goes up now to beat no defender and lines up for a double tap, but can't get back to it. Dreams now has to get a good 50 here and does so. K Corona keeps it up for Dreams as he tries to find a pass into middle and is blocked out by Silu. K Corona now has to be careful, as he does almost get a touch. Unfortunately, Josh finding the bottom right corner of the net over K Corona. And just these quick counterattacks here coming out from Bradford are doing their best to catch the KSC defense off guard, and it seems to be working here, as Julio does make another great 50 into the Bradford corner, which is met by K Corona, as Julio tries to find another touch to continue the momentum, but Julio now takes another touch as Dreams tries to find a pass in mid, but is blocked out. K Corona now has to make a touch here off the sidewall, opts to boom it forward into the Bradford corner, and is met by Silu, as he's going to take another touch forward into the KSC half. The Mike though does get a good read on the ball off the backboard, and Dreams trying to take control here. It does just boom it into half field. Would love to see some control here from KSC, as I believe Josh or Ninja Mike trying to take a shot on that, but quick save from Dreams. Soft shot here from Silu, saved away as flies over one of the Bradford defenders. Joe now trying to get a touch in mid and does so, and almost finds K Corona. Soft shot here will get cleared away pretty easily, but K Corona still in the mix as Dreams pops up for hopefully a KSC attacker to follow, and Julio does get the shot up, but it's saved away by Silu. Now Josh on counter attack, trying to take it into the KSC corner off the sidewall. Please get another touch here and floats in front of the KSC net, and it's off the crossbar twice by Silu. KSC coming back now with a full counter attack as Dreams gets a 50 into the corner, but is saved away by Ninja Mike as he pinches it with Silu, I believe, down the middle of the field into the KSC half. Julio now trying to get a good touch here for follow up by Kate Corona, which he does, and Silu. Other soft read here onto Kate Corona as Dreams tries to boom back into the Radford corner and is met by Josh. Good block here out from Julio as Julio does get a quick shot off. Trying to find Ninja Mike in the backfield, but is beat out by Dreams as he moves it into the Radford half. Josh now beats two defenders. Julio now going in for a shot and is blocked away. Aiden now has a quick turn and Dreams getting another 50. Take Corona. Ninja Mike now up for Josh as he tries to find his teammate and does so. Pops it into the midfield. Going to be a soft touch here for Craig Corona as he tries to get a follow up on this 50 and does so into the KSC half and is beat out by Josh Trippin, who does get a long boom and cleared out by Dreams. Kate Corona now off stone sidewall. Cannot get a touch as Silu tries to collect. Gets a quick follow-up shot here for Bradford as Julio still on low boost. Does get a quick 50 here, and KSC's looking for any touch out to clear as they are low on boost, trying to reset the game as soft touch here from Ninja Mike could be trouble as Julio tries to follow up but is blocked away by Silu. Dreams now with a touch off the sidewall, and it's not doubled away by Josh. Gonna have a quick turn as he could get caught out here, and it's off the post again and is put away this time by Ninja Mike just over a minute to go here. An unfortunate bounce there for Kate Corona, just trying to keep that ball out of the net, but a quick follow up here from Ninja Mike as Keene State trying to get any momentum back. Quick shot off the kickoff could be good as saved away by Silu and is pinched away. Kate Corona now with a quick save onto the KSC backboard. Pass down now for Josh, which is blocked away again by Kate Corona, and Julio now trying to get a soft touch to Dreams, which can't get back to it. Kate Corona now beats, and Dreams no boost back, does unfortunately get beat out for the third goal here. And again, it's these counter attacks from Radford that seem to be plaguing KSC as all three attackers committing here for Keene State, trying to find some rhythm as we get some rotations going. Kate Corona here is forced to give up the ball in midfield and is finished away by Josh for 4-0 with 30 seconds left. And at this point for KSC, you're just looking towards the next game, trying to fix the mistakes that you are putting together in this game, and just trying to figure out a game plan to try and continue the series, as this is only a best of 5, so Radford going up 2-1 could spell trouble for KSC going into game number 4, but has seen comebacks before. Just about adjusting play styles and adjusting your strategy for against the other team. Julio now with a quick shot saved away as all three Bradford defenders up in the KSC half. As Dreams tries to get a quick shot off here, and a good 50 into the Bradford corner as Kate Corona tries to put a soft shot on, but is saved by Silu. Julio now trying to keep it up, but is killed. And Bradford going up 2-1 in this series with a lot of momentum here going into game number 4. A lot of goals put away here for Bradford, and it looks like KSC going to have to adjust their strategy coming into game number 4 if they want to continue the series here. It is tough though, with a lot of like I said, that boost starvation coming out from Bradford, taking boost on defense and trying to contain KSC in their own half without consequences of them counter-attacking as Radford are doing to KSC themselves. But maybe looking here to get more aggressive from KSC, as maybe some more demos or maybe some more bumps would be good, as Kate Corona does get bailed out by the crossbar here in the first couple of seconds. Tries to find a touchdown field, while still on 0 boost, and does so. Julio now has to get a good touch and is top touch away by K Corona, unfortunately. No one there in the midfield there for Julio to follow up this touch on, and rough start here for KSC, but we are only 20 seconds in, so nothing to be too worried about. K Corona on the kickoff against Josh, and a good delayed kickoff. Bumps Ninja Mike also. Julio now trying to get an attack started here for KSC as Dreams gets caught out with a soft touch, and K Corona trying to take control in his own corner now off the backboard. Gets a soft touch to the backwards and is going to try to get a follow up, but is 50'd by Silu, and Julio met at the torso as two Radford defenders collide. K Corona trying to put it on net, but can't get the correct touch on it. Julio now going to be demoed out as Dreams tries to get a good 50 to keep it in the Radford half, which he does so, but is met by Ninja Mike and cleared into the KSC corner as Silu tries to get another touch and finds a follow up, but is put away here by Josh as K Corona gets demoed on the goal line, and Julio now with full boost trying to catch out the Radford defense, which is close, but K Corona trying to keep some offense here for Keene State. Julio now tries to get a shot on net, but is beat up by Silu, who has zero boost. Dreams now with a good 50. Trying to keep the momentum here going for Keene State, and K Corona beat out on the sidewall as Dreams has to get a touch, but is followed by Julio. It is faked by K Corona, and KSC coming out with a tying goal here just with over 3 minutes to go, and great fake here by K Corona trying to make the defense believe like he was going to make the touch, but leaves it for Julio. A lot of pressure coming out for Keene State right there as they try to hold on to this lead, or hold on to that tying goal they have as Dreams tries to get a second shot on goal, but is blocked away by Silu. And Ninja Mike on his own sidewall waiting for the touch as he tries to get a follow here with low boost, and does make the touch off of his own sidewall from a good clear here from Josh. Gets one touch off the sidewall and a quick follow up here. And Radford responding quickly to this KSC offense. Keene State now have to dig deep and try to find some offensive prowess here as another demo from KSC comes out as Julio gets a good demo on Silu, I believe that was. And KSC trying to find some passing in the middle here to get their offense started. Dreams now off the ceiling. Let's get a touch out by Silu. K Corona gets a good beat on Ninja Mike, but let's have boost to follow up with for a pass middle. And Josh a little bit off the mark as K Corona collects. Tries to go high. Looking for a pass. Dreams now off the sidewall. Has boost. Flips towards the goal, but is blocked out. K Corona trying to get a soft touch, and now Silu the only person in defense, and does get beat out by Ninja Mike. 3-1 here in game number 4, and great touch there by Silu actually to follow up Ninja Mike as Julio with no boost and KSC down 2 goals. See now Extreme Dreams about the kickoffs. Ball cooked up by Julio, which just get them up by Ninja Mike. Josh now hard touch off his own stealing and not followed up by Keene State immediately, but Dreams out with another touch. Goes for the full reset, tries to go low, but beat out. Julio now with a good 50. Could be a shot here for K Corona, but is blocked out. Dreams now has to get a good save and does so off the backboard. Ref now off the KSC corner, does miss their touch, and Julio gets a good clear to Dreams. Just 50'd out over to Silu on the other side of the Keene State half, and does get a quick touch here to turn around any doubles. Now Julio with a big clear downfield, tries to get a good 50 off Radford backboard and does so. KSC tries to follow up quickly and does! Julio now dropping a nice one in the chat as gets a quick little assist off of this quick shot here from Dreams. Beating out, I believe, Silu that was of the Radford defense, putting it in their bottom right corner and making this clean game ever closer as Keene State down 1 with 1 minute 45 seconds left as it's offset the corners, right to Extreme Dreams though, and he's gonna have a free air dribble. Does have full boost. And is met by Josh at the top of the field. Julio now trying to get this momentum going as K Corona does find a good touch into his own corner, but has to be quick about Make sure the ball is cleared. Silu is going to turn and get a good touch here as doesn't find a follow-up, thankfully. Keene State still low on boost, though, trying to push out any offense. Dreams now with a good block, which could have gone badly here as Josh has to get another touch in the midfield, and Kate Cronin does miss a shot, or missed a touch, excuse me, and Ninja Mike taking advantage of that miss here by Kate Corona off the backboard. Julio still caught out with no boost, unfortunately, but Keene State. As we have, I believe, a little technical difficulty here as we have 4 players on the Radford team. All players have stopped. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on here, folks. For those who are watching, seems to we have a random player in the lobby who should not be in here. None of the players on Bradford know who this is. I'm not sure what would be the conclusion of this match, but as the time runs out, Keene State down 2 goals here. As Silu does kill the ball in game number 4. And I believe we will try to run the last game back, I believe, as it was interrupted by an unknown player who does not seem to be a part of the team here on Bradford. So it looks like we will be going in to create a new lobby soon, and we apologize for any of the technical difficulties for those watching. All right. We have the lobby remade here for game number 4 here against Radford. Sorry again for those technical difficulties, folks, for those watching. Shout out for those in the chat still sticking around, Falter, and some of the others still in chat. Thank you for staying with us as we get into game number 4 here. I'm going to start out strong as the last game obviously was interrupted, but KSC was down 2 goals. Julio looking for a pass and blocked up by Silu. Josh now trying to keep it up. KSC half and good save away by Kate Carnes into Mike to get a follow-up touch that is blocked. Julio now with no boost, so it's just going to be awkward for Keene State as they get a good save off the corner. Beams now bumped, but just stay in front of the ball. Kate Carnes now with a quick follow-up is going to touch on another defender as he goes for the bump on the last. Cannot finish the shot. Julio coming now in for a quick shot, but blocked away here from Silu, and Dreams now has to be careful into the KSC corner as Kate Carnes here to back him up as he just got a touch, but a good save coming out from Kate Carnes, and Dreams getting a follow-up off the crossbar. Close defensive ball there for Keene State as Ninja Mike does come in for another attempt, but is blocked away there by Julio. Now Silu taking it above the crossbar as Dreams is going to get a touch away. Let's see, Kate Carnes now tries to get the follow-up, but is blocked away by Ninja Mike. Julio has to get a good touch, but is beat away by Silu. Dreams now does get beat up by Ninja Mike and is followed up by Kate Carnes with a great save now. Kate Carnes again with a good block. And a couple of very close calls here in Keene State coming in the game number 4. Julio now trying to get a touch away as Kate Carnes gets a quick follow-up, and it could be on target, but it's saved away by Silu. He gets a soft touch and can be followed up by KSC attacker, but is not. So Julio now with low boost has to make a quick save. Kate Carnes is 0 boost and is beat by Silu and does get a demo on Kate Carnes, but Josh now trying to keep pressure here for Radford as is sent out in the corner and is caught by Silu on the goal line. Kate Carnes now trying to get a quick follow-up challenge, but is beat out. Julio now gets a good touch and is beat off the crossbar by Josh, but is saved away by Silu. Dreams now tries to go for a shot, but is followed up. Kate Carnes now with a heavy touch in midfield, trying to beat out one of the defenders of Radford, and it does so. It does get a fake. Silu now up for the touch. Julio has to jump quickly, and Dreams has to make a quick shot and saved again by Dreams. Keene State defense getting tested as Silu does get a good touch into the Keene State corner. Kate Carnes still with 0 boost here, but another good block. Julio now has to get a beat. Now followed up by Ninja Mike. Dreams now has full tank of boost. Off the sidewall, looking to get this Keene State attack started as to get it popped up by Kate Carnes. Josh tripping, let's get a touch into his own corner, followed up by Silu and is 50'd by Julio. Kate Carnes goes for the low block and is pushed to the side by Dreams as Keene State looking to follow up their touches here on defense to alleviate this offensive pressure here coming out from Radford. Kate Carnes collects in his own corner, but it's 50'd by Josh and followed up by Ninja Mike. Straight down though. No shot opportunity coming out yet for Bradford as Dreams take an awkward touch and followed up by Julio C now. Julio now trying to get a good touch in the midfield, but is blocked away by, I believe that was Dreams. And a missed touch here coming out from the Bradford defense, but taken away quickly by Josh, who does get a good block, and Kate Carnes does get a good 50 now following into the Bradford goal line and is saved away by Ninja Mike. Huge defensive plays coming out here from both teams as Dreams tries to get a follow-up touch in the midfield for one of the KSC attackers and a block away. KSC here with a low boost as Julio gets into a corner and is 50'd away, popped up high. Ninja Mike now trying to keep this offense going for Bradford, and Dreams gets a much needed clear as he's free jumped by Silu, and Kate Carnes knows 0 boost and blocked away here by Josh as Silu tries to get a good touch and is dunked by Josh and is not in the goal, followed up by Silu not there. Ninja Mike now takes a soft touch, goes low against Kate Carnes, but it's red onto the sidewall, and Josh now makes another good touch as he tries to get a touch around as this followed up again, and it's off the crossbar again for Bradford. Dreams can't make a touch. KSC looking to clear the ball any way they can. Ninja Mike with 10 seconds left, bumped away from Keene State, and somebody at the defense has to jump. Julio now blocks on the goal line, and another touch coming out for Keene State. Julio Can't follow it up, and a shot here low from Silu. Oh my goodness, huge defensive plays coming out from both teams as Julio now gets a soft touch into the midfield and is touched away by K Krona, and Julio now made some much needed offensive touches. Julio does make a quick save off the goal line and is beat up by Josh as Julio gets a touchdown to the Keene State corner and is beat out, unfortunately, by Silu. As such quick touch here off the sidewall and beats out K Krona for the quick shot into the bottom right corner, stealing away the series here for Radford. 3-2-1 as Keene State Academy fall to 0-1 in their series, and a tough game, first game coming out here from Keene State. Obviously a lot of offensive pressure here coming out from Radford, but GG's. Like I said, we will have some more games coming up next week on Tuesday, as I believe all PCL games for KSC Rocket League will fall on Tuesday night. And again, thank you for all those watching here, and sorry for those technical difficulties we were having at the beginning of the series and towards the end there, and close game there from Keene State. What a final game there. We had some great, like I said, some great defensive plays there coming up from both teams, and a close last game, unfortunately, to close it out. Like I said, we do have our first game coming up for, I believe, KSC Overwatch tomorrow night. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for watching here for our first KSC Rocket League games of the season, and like I said, we will have our first KSC Overwatch game tomorrow night, so make sure to tune in to the KSC Esports channel to watch some of those games. Like I said, thank you all for watching, and we will see you again tomorrow night.